Who am I? You sure you want to know? Someone told you that I'm some random geek who now wants to review movies, just because no one wants to watch the Bros series. Somebody lied. But this story is about that. Become a filmmaker when his dad gave him an 8mm film camera. Sam and his friends would raise up money to make films in the late 70s, such as Clockwork and Within the Woods. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and Robert Tapert dropped out of school to get in their investors and succeeded in making the first major low-budget horror movie,
The Evil Dead.
So after that, they came along with other Evil Dead films. And my god, were the Evil Dead movies great. In 1999, Sony finally got the rights to Spider-Man. And after that, they began to make the Spider-Man movie. So they got Sam Raimi to direct the movie, and what he wanted to do with it was trying to make it really comic accurate. But before Sam Raimi was even brought into the picture, let's talk about the fact that they were trying to make a Spider-Man movie. I mean, I get it, it was hard. They also tried to make it in the 90s, the 80s. Also, we can't forget about that James Cameron failure. I mean, Arnold, the little Terminator, as Doc Ock. I mean, as funny as that would be, just no. Also, supposedly Peter Parker was supposed to cuss, use the F word like a sailor. There was supposed to be a sex scene in that. Actually, I wouldn't mind watching it. So, this film focuses on Peter Parker, aka Tobey Maguire, who got bit by a super spider. And after that, he realizes that he can stick to walls, shoot webs out of his body. Gross. He realizes that he has super strength and that he could probably use it for, money. Then, after his uncle got killed, he realized with great power comes great responsibility. So then he moves in with his best friend, when they go to college together. But he has to face something, more greater than himself. He has to face that sometimes his actions lead to consequences. Now hey, that's a good story. Yeah, sure, the movie has some dumb parts and cringe-worthy scenes, but come on, man. The upside down kiss? That's iconic. The part where Osborn talks to his mask? Iconic. The part where, you know, Osborn knew, like, she knows. She knows. I know she knows. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. That's iconic. I mean, the whole Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, did you know that Spider-Man 2002 is actually a Thanksgiving movie? No. Before you start saying, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. They had a Thanksgiving dinner. There was literally a Thanksgiving scene. In fact, that whole movie took place in November. So, the whole movie, well.
Thanks, Ted. Peter, may I introduce my father, Norman Osborn?
Heard so much about you.
Great honor to meet you, sir.
Harry tells me you're quite the science whiz. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Norman Osborn, a brilliant scientist who turned a lab into a whole company. He was a strict, powerful, intelligent man who wanted nothing but fortune and power. After he was bankrupt or wronged, he decided to make a serum that made him something more eviler. He turned into the Goblin. I gotta say, Willem Dafoe really outdone himself. Like, I'm serious, like, he was a really great Goblin, but like, he would have done so much, like, he would have been great as the Joker too. Like, come on, he has a smile, the laughter, my god, he gives such a great performance. Like, I tried so many times because, you know, I still try to act like I want to act and whatnot, but like I can't even do it. Like, when he talks to himself in the mirror, like, he's like, we killed them. Like, dude, that's hardcore. Like, he's just good, and like, he really outdone himself too in No Way Home. But that's another video for another day. So the CGI is a little outdated, and you can tell it's fake at sometimes, especially the glider. But like, even by today's standards, it's still kind of, you know, awesome looking, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of distracting sometimes, but sometimes the visual effects and the, like, you know, artwork is really outstanding. Well, especially the slow motion shot. You could tell that was CGI too, the way he just came into the camera. Oh, terrible. It's kind of giving me Spider-Man the new animated series vibes. You know, the way they made it look. It just gives me that type of vibe. Well, most of them look like the scenes from the Spider-Man 2002 video game. I'm serious, that's what it looks like. Look back at the film, look at CGI parts. I'm serious, that's what it looks like. The Spider-Man 2002 video game, I'm serious. I mean, I get it, they were trying hard, but like, the balloon battle, you know, when he's jumping off that balloon, that's where you can really tell. Also, what I really want to talk about, sort of, is like, the part where Green Goblin, like, talks to his mask, like, calling to him. Like, tell me how! I don't know why, but I always cringe to that, and I love it. I get it, he's insane, but who talks to their masks?
What did you say?
Nothing, I didn't say anything.
I'm not a fool, Mr. Scott. Now tell me, were you talking shit about me?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Wait a minute, why did all my lights turn off? And why is there like a light of green right by you? It's like you're trying to...
Silence!
Now, listen here, Mr. Scott. Put me on and together we can rule the frickin' world!
We can destroy the ones who hate us. We can conquer the Spider-Man.
Well, Goblin, you see, I'm not a killer. Like I don't like gore or whatnot, but like I'm saying, like I'm a good person. Like I'm just a geek. Like you see all my stuff, right? And like I get, I just don't really want to.
Coward! You're a pussy. That's why no girls want to date you. You have a tiny dick.
Yeah, I'm throwing you away. Come
No,
here.
don't do it.
Yeah, I'm throwing you away.
Stop it.
You're too evil.
Please stop. Don't do it.
So you can
I will
like it.
kill you.
Hell
I
no,
will
bro.
kill you.
Peter Parker is a dorky outcast that we can all relate to. He gets boiled at school. He's unattractive towards girls. He's admired by his best friend's father. He's loved by his aunt and uncle, and he's shy towards the girl next door. What makes Peter such a complex character is that the relatable struggles, and when he gets bit by the spider, he doesn't really use them responsible. His aunt and uncle raised him to be a good kid, to be one day a great man. Before Peter goes into the wrestling match to win some money, Ben talks to him about the fight at school and his chores at home, and talking about his iconic line from the comics.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Peter decides to ignore his words and sees him less as a father figure. When he loses him later, he realizes he needs to use his powers for good, and he becomes the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, saving lives and helping people around the city. He decides to keep his identity a secret because he doesn't want to endanger the ones he loves. Tobey Maguire, in my opinion, plays the best Peter Parker in there. Sure, he doesn't quip a lot, but it doesn't really matter. He already quipped a lot in the games, and it was kind of annoying. He's still my Spider-Man, though. I don't care what people say. Mary Jane Watson. I'm already gonna say it. You people should know. She's a whore, okay? She's a slut. Okay, she dated a bunch of guys in the movies. She dated Harry, and then she tried to kiss Peter Parker while she was in the relationship with him. Then she tried to date an astronaut to make Peter jealous. But then, just... ugh. Sure, they've written her bad, but she has some good moments. And Flash or Harry doesn't see they don't care what she wants to do, they just want her, you know? But when MJ and Peter talk, she was shocked when Peter says, "Oh, what do you want to do after school?" And then when he says, "Oh, that's great, you want to act." You know, you can tell just the shock on her face. You know, this one's different. And I like that. And I like how their friendship goes along, and how he rejects her at the end, just to keep her safe. Harry Osborn. His best friend is Norman Osborn's favorite. That's what made Harry, jealous. He becomes vengeful in the sequels and whatnot, because when he finds out Peter is Spider-Man. But, he sacrifices himself in the third movie. That's what made him such a great character. So, how do I rate it? I give it an 8 out of 10. The story was good, and characters were really written well. So, where I'm going to wrap on today's review. Hope you guys liked it. Oh yeah, if you're asking, hey Rick, was Spider-Man 2 any good? No, it wasn't. It was even better. I'm Rick Scott, and I'll see you next time.